he was actually there's this company which was mentioning that they do a lot of exports to Singapore, and they said this. I mean, this very fact what happened the last 4 or 5 months. That Singapore probably was focusing depending entirely on support from China, but because China shut first, their supply chain got really badly affected, and so now they are trying to bring in a whole lot of risk management things in place so that they diversify their supply chain basis, and so much so that now they are entering into contracts which are probably longer term, say 5 years, because they don't want to. Earlier, the same company, same products, they used to probably deal with contracts which are consignment to consignment basis. But now, given that this kind of a scenario has come, they feel that they'll need to probably renegotiate the contracts and have a contract for 5 years, which means you need to have even legal professionals who need to think out of the box for even contracts, or in terms of identifying what kind of litigations could happen, etc., etc. So supply chain is going to change, legal is going to change, sales. It was one, I think in the past, we always found that we could travel and meet the client at short notice. But now with this COVID, and one doesn't know whether international travel, how soon it will be starting. And even if it starts, what would be the condition? Once you land a new country, will you have to be quarantined for a week? Okay, in which case it doesn't matter. It doesn't serve a purpose of traveling, because so now I feel that's also kind of going to give opportunities to consultants like us, because now talent can be hired wherever it is available. Earlier, if a company was, say, a European company needed to hire the best of people for their head office, and they had to bring people to the head office. Today, they can't, with these kind of restrictions, they are open to hiring people in India, China, Japan, wherever it's closer to the market. So we talk about, that's the kind of information I get. So, we still don't know the answers, but anytime, anywhere, skills are going to be, jobs are going to happen. So fantastic. We are all speculating because we still don't know, because it's still unraveling. But I can imagine, because you come from Austria, and Europe has been one of the engines for growth for the world. All the developed countries, all the developed companies are there. Okay. So do you see any discussions about them diversifying their supply chain or something like that?
I just come from a meeting where there are some certain needs in the like in Germany or in Austria, Switzerland, in the Holland and so on. They have needs of certain personnel which they cannot find within the country. So they seek to get them from the outside, and they need them in hundreds and in thousands of people. So there we set up still the old way to get good people to those countries which do that work. On the other side, I see through this thing, which was developing very slow, that will be very fast now, that, for instance, an engineer, technological thing, like an IT specialist, doesn't have to sit next to you.
Right.
They can sit in India, they can sit in Pakistan, they can sit in China, they can sit in Silicon Valley or in Germany. It doesn't really matter. And they work in teams already. Large companies like IBM or Oracle, I speak with their team leaders, they say, my team, I never saw them. One sits in England, one sits in India. And we work every day together. So such things will grow faster now and more. And there is an opportunity for countries which maybe have not the income level, or where the people are not allowed to travel or couldn't afford it, that they suddenly get in contact with those companies and can work for them without traveling there.
Sure.
So it happened already. That may be larger in the future. What you said on sales and for legal, I wanted to make
please.
On sales, I can see our sales force or the business developers, when they made 4 or 7 meetings a day, physical meetings,
Right. The
4
past. Yeah.
Now they make 10 to 14.
Wow. Yeah,
So
because you save a lot of commuting time. Yeah. So these meetings are more productive and more efficient also. So